Personal injury law has a bad reputation. They call us ambulance chasers, bottom feeders, vultures who prey on the misfortunes of others. Well, if that's true, why do I lie awake nights worrying about my clients? Jan Schlickman is eccentric.
12 deaths over 15 years from leukemia. 8 of them children. They think it has something to do with the city's drinking water.
He's spontaneous and a gambler.
I'm not interested in money. None of us are. That's not why we're doing this. What we want to know is what happened.
And he's slick.
Jan, that suit fits you better than the sentimentality.
Mrs. Anderson, this is not an inexpensive case to try. There has to be a defendant and one with very deep pockets.
Maybe you could go out there to the river.
He realized he was in so deep that he couldn't get out. The elements of power were in place and against him before he was born. I mean, I think that there's no way you can go up against these kinds of people and win.
You know who Beatrice Lewis is? Chicken orange juice. Grocery to Mexican food. Swiss mocha. He was gambling on the quick fix. That this would be too much trouble, too much bad press, and that they would just pay off a good number.
Yeah, you want a number?
$25 million cash. And $1.5 million per family annually for 30 years.
Excuse me.
But he misjudges him, not realizing that these big companies know how long he could last in a lawsuit.
$5-point-something million spent on what exactly? First-class travel, 4-star hotels?
Every dollar we spend is a dollar we don't have.
Mortgage my house.
I have.
You get in a lawsuit like this, and the more it costs, the more difficult it is to get out. You've got to keep going. I think they had no choice but to stick together.
All rise. The Honorable Walter J. Skinner presiding.
When you go to war, you got to go to win. You do some things that aren't so great, but you got to win. Unless you've proven that any poisons actually reach the wells, there's no case.
Your Honor, you've got...
That's interesting.
Well, Your Honor...
Yes.
One challenge to doing this movie is that it's not fiction. It's not tidy. It's a real story about inexperience versus experience, and emotion versus realism.
This is Thatcher's plan right from the beginning. He told me, he threatened me.
It's my plan!
The judicial system isn't always geared around the good guy.
You think you're going to put those families on the stand? Do you really think I'd let that happen?
It's often geared around crime. Somewhere out here, somebody had to have seen what happened. Let's go. And the truth isn't always what wins a case.
There's a lot of people in my neighborhood that are dead or dying.
It's facts and evidences and all sorts of things that have nothing to do with what we idealize. You're asking these people to create a fiction that will stand for the truth, but won't be the truth. No! I am dealing with a deranged judge, and I'm fighting a defense that has unlimited amounts of money with which to destroy anyone who tries to do anything decent. He little by little sees that there are real lives behind these cases, real tragedies here.
What I wanted was an apology from someone for what they did to my son. I think she saw all the suffering that her son went through, and I think she just said, that's enough. You can mess with a lot of people, but don't mess with a mommy.
Sometimes to really get something done, you have to be willing to give it all up.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Because in the law, sometimes integrity doesn't matter as much as power and influence. But if you're willing to go in for the long run, and you have the tenacity and the strength, you can do it.
The truth. I thought we were talking about a court of law.